Hello and welcome to Commander 99000's guide for community gold trading. So basically, starting off, you want to go to this forum post here, and I'll have a link in the description below. Basically, this will tell you what the community goals that are currently active are. So you can see we have a bounty hunting and trading. Since we're doing trading, we'll go ahead and look at trading. And basically, this post that gets posted every week in this thread is actually really good. It has a lot of really good details that gets constantly updated and everything. So basically, you just want to take a look, and it'll actually tell you like as far as where you can get the items that you need to actually trade. So it's pretty decent for starting out and everything, getting a general idea of what you want to do. If you even want to start it and everything, you can see this is what the current ranks progression are and all this other junk. So I just recommend going to this thread starting out just to get a general idea of what you want to do. From there, you'll want to head over to Coriolis, and I'll have another link in the description below. And basically, you'll want to pick your ship out and outfit it with whatever modules your ship has. Also, you can do the modifications for engineering and everything, and that way you can see what your total jump range is. So you can see my total jump range is 100 light years with no cargo, 71.74 light years with cargo. Now, it's not 100% accurate, but since there's no way in game to determine it, unfortunately, this is going to be the best way to determine what your jump range is. So my jump range is around 71.74 light years. I actually know it's a little bit farther. It's actually like 74, 75 light years, but it's pretty close. So once you figure out your total jump range with cargo, which is going to be extremely important to know, you'll want to head over to eddb.io, and I'll have a link in the description below. And then basically from there, you'll want to open up the single hop route. Basically open up two tabs because you're going to want to find out what station you need to be getting the components from that you're going to be trading, and then what you want to trade to that station. So I'd recommend just opening up two tabs, and then from there we're going to go ahead and figure out all that information. So alright, so from here we're going to want to figure out what the implicit commodities are. So basically I would just head back to this forum post, or you could use the in-game, and you're going to want to look at the specific commodities that we need to basically sell to the station at the community goal. So you'll just want to add those commodities in under the implicit commodities. So we're adding these 4 items that the station is currently looking for. Alright, so you'll want to add those commodities into the implicit commodities. Ignored commodities, you can leave as none. Max hop distance, you're going to want to set that according to what you got from the Coriolis. I happen to know mine's around 74 light years, so it's a little bit farther, but basically you would want to type 71. Or if you have a fuel scoop, you could even go all the way up to 80. So I'll go ahead and actually just set 80 since I do have a fuel scoop. But yeah, basically based on your max jump distance without a fuel scoop, you want to figure out how far you can go without needing to refuel. So generally, you're not going to have a fuel scoop on you when you're trading, because if you're needing a fuel scoop, then you're probably going too far. But just to get a general idea, so let's see. So min supply, I'd recommend setting that at 10,000. I'm going to set it at 4,000 just to get more routes in the filter, but I'd recommend 10,000. Reason being, you want to make sure, since this isn't up to date, you want to make sure that there's plenty of supply wherever you're going. And with the community goal, and it's a pretty big possibility that, depending on how long it's been since it's been updated, it's probably out of stock or nearly out of stock. So the higher the stock is, the less chance of it being out of stock when you actually do get there. Min demand, you can leave that at 0. Max price, I'm going to put 7. You could probably put less than 7. Kind of personal preference as far as how long you want that to be. But basically, that the price age is going to be how long it's been since it's been updated on the website. So if it's, in my case, that means anything older than 7 days won't be listed. But as long as it's been updated within the last 7 days, it'll be listed. So cargo capacity, not going to matter too much, but I'm going to put 700. But again, that doesn't matter too much. Available credit, unless you're super poor, I'd recommend just putting a whole bunch of credits in there, just so that it doesn't try and filter out based on you being poor. So just put a whole bunch of random numbers so that it doesn't do any filtering. And then for the station filter, go ahead and you can pretty much leave all this blank. If you have a larger ship, make sure you have the landing pad be large. And if you're really concerned with the distance from the star, you could put that. I'm not too concerned with that. And if you're concerned with planetary, whether you want to land or not land on planets, go ahead and put that as well. I'm going to go ahead and say include planetary, since I do have horizons and I can land on planets. I personally don't like landing on planets, but just for the sake of this video, I'll throw that in there. So from there, you want to leave the buy from system and buy from station blank. That's what we're trying to figure out, is where we're going to buy these products from. Sell to system is going to be the community goal system and the community goal station. So this, I don't even know how to pronounce it. And this station, Green Enterprise. And then you'll just click find routes. So you can see here, from here, it actually finds a bunch of routes, and you've got this planet icon basically signifying that these are planetary bases that you would have to land on a planet. So since I don't like landing on planets, I would actually look for the first one that is not on a planet, which is, let's see, looks to be this one. So that's 74.87 light years. 74.87 light years. So you actually have two of them that are pretty close to each other. Actually, they're in the same system. So basically, you would just kind of go down this list, figure out what station and system you want to go to. Now, it's important to know for the community goal itself, it's not based on profit. So if you're looking for the closest station, basically so that you can go back and forth extremely quickly and just get the community goal itself done, you're going to want to look for the closest system. And you'll want to look for a closest system that has a large amount of supply. So all of these are actually pretty far away. You could probably filter it to be a little bit closer, but if you look, they're all, pretty much all of them are actually really pretty far away. It looks like this might be the closest one, 50 light years. Yeah. And it's only got a supply of 4,000, but it's been updated within 2 hours, so it probably still has a supply of around 4,000. And it's a planetary, so just be aware that if you are looking for the community goal itself, you'll want to find the closest station. Now, if you're looking for profit, which is what I like to do, is I like to try and get a profit while I'm doing a community goal, then you'll want to be starting from the top essentially. But basically, that's how you're going to want to look at it. Is if you're looking by the community goal itself and are not concerned with the profit you earned while doing community goal, just look for the closest station and kind of like look based on that, and then from there look at the supply at the closest station, and then go to the next closest station, and so forth and so forth. I'm looking for profit, so for me, the distance doesn't matter. So in this case, I don't really want to land on a planet, so for me, it's going to be this, either this station or this station. I'm just going to go ahead and pick this station, so I've actually already done this. But basically, I'm just going to this station here. So from here, what you want to do, once you've actually picked your station, is you're going to want to copy this system over to here. And you're going to want to say that you're buying from, or you're selling to this system. So basically what the second tab is that you're doing is you're actually wanting to find out, here it is, hold on, orbital. What the second tab is doing is you're wanting to find out what you need to buy from the community goal system and sell at this station. So in our case, since we're wanting to go to this system, we're going to want to buy from the community goal system and station and sell to this system and station that we're wanting to trade with. And then that way we can find what item we need to buy from the community goal in order to get a little bit of profit while we're doing the trade route. So from there, implicit commodities, doesn't matter. Ignore commodities, doesn't matter. Max hop distance, we're going to go ahead and set it at the same as before. Min supply, I'd put 3,000. Doesn't matter too much. Just make sure it has a lot of supply. Min demand doesn't matter. Max price age, honestly, I'm going to say it doesn't matter since we've already picked the station. Cargo capacity doesn't matter too much either. I'm going to go ahead and put 700. Available credit, just make sure you have a very large available credit amount in there so that it doesn't try and filter based on that. Landing pad doesn't really matter either since we've already picked that station. So pretty much really the only thing that matters as far as filter is the buy from, buy to, sell from, sell to, and then making sure you have very large available credit. Everything else, and then putting your 80 light years. Everything else doesn't really matter too much. So from here we're doing find routes. And basically it's just going to give you all the different items you can make a profit off of buying from the community goal station and selling to this station. And you can see uranite is the most profitable that I'll be able to do. So second most profitable would be rutile. So if I didn't have enough supply of this, I would look at this and go, okay, well, how much supply do I have of this? And so on and so forth, and then just kind of pick it based on that. So that's basically how you go about doing it. So for our purposes, we're going to go ahead and pick. We could pick this station. I'm going to go ahead and pick this station. They're almost the same. But basically, I'm going to pick to go to Haldeman Orbital in this system and buy my indium from there. And then I'm going to sell it at Green Enterprise Orbital. And from the community goal place at Green Enterprise, I'm going to buy uranite and sell it to this other station, Haldeman Orbital. So basically just figure out what you want to trade and go from there. It doesn't matter if so for the community goal itself, you just need to sell one of these commodities. So just be aware that you don't have to sell all 4 of these commodities. It just has to be one of these commodities. And again, be aware that you only need to do all this filtering really and searching if you're searching for the best pricing while you're doing the community goal. If you're not concerned with the pricing, just pick the closest station that has a large supply. Because the community goal itself is literally only based on the amount you sell, not the profit you get from selling. So quicker you're able to get the quantity up as far as what you've actually sold to the community goal station, the quicker you're gonna get to the top 10%. So from there, let's go ahead and actually show you an example and in game. Alright, so once you're in game, my personal recommendation is head to the station where you're going to be picking up the community goals commodities first. You could head to the community goal first, but I would actually recommend picking up the commodities for the community goal first, since that's what we do need to get the community goal going. So basically, just head over to the station that you're going to be buying commodities from for the community goal, and then from there pick up the commodities. So you can see I'm already at Haldeman Orbital, so I'm going to go ahead and go to Starport Services. And then one thing to mention is you do want to make sure you go to mission board and actually pick up the community goal. It doesn't matter when you do it, just make sure you do it before you sell the commodities at the community goal station. And the reason is if you sell the commodities before you pick up the community goal, you're not going to get any credit. So just make sure you go to the mission board, click community goals, and then click the trading one. And I've already signed up, so you'll just want to click on, there'll be a sign up thing here. And then once you've signed up, you'll see it over in your transactions tabs. And again, once you're actually in the mission board and you can see it, basically click on it and it'll actually kind of give you a rundown as far as like where you need to go, what you need to do, and what tiers you're at and all that other stuff. So from there, we're going to go ahead and pick up our commodity. So we go to the commodity market. And we're going to do, where was it? Indamite. Or Indium. So you're going to want to pick up your indium.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Alright, so now that we've picked up our indium, we're going to go ahead and plot a route to the community goal. So you're going to want to head over to your navigations tab, click Galaxy Map, and the community goal is pretty obvious. It's pretty much that little yellow star icon on your map, Galaxy Map, so it's pretty obvious where it is. So you'll just want to plot a route there. One thing I recommend is actually go into the system map once you actually have the system map data, and basically click on the station, and then click, you'll want to bookmark the station, and you'll want to do that with both stations that you're trading to and from. So you'll just want to go into the system map for each system and then bookmark the stations that you're trading to and from. And the reason I say that is it's a lot quicker to just go into the Galaxy map and click on the bookmark to plot your course. So you'll just want to click on that, click on bookmark, and then that way once you're in the Galaxy map you can just quickly go there. And then after the community goal is done or you're done, you can always delete the bookmark. So I'm going to go ahead and plot my route. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and takeoff. And you want to make sure when you plot your route as well that you plot it after you've gotten the full cargo hold, because if you do it before you have the full cargo hold, it plots it based on having a empty cargo hold. So some jumps you may not be able to make as a result. So just make sure you do it before you or after you have actually gotten your cargo. Otherwise, that may screw up your route. So basically, once you do that, just go ahead and actually start flying out.
Landing gear retracted.
And joys of having a cutter. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and pick this up when I'm closer to the station. So see you there. Alright, so I'm headed back to the final station or system for the community goal. So while you're actually jumping from system to system, you shouldn't actually need to worry too much about being interdicted. I don't think I've ever been interdicted jumping from system to system as long as I jump immediately. So you should be relatively safe from there. Just be aware that since you are carrying cargo, when you're headed to the station from the star, you may possibly be interdicted. So just be aware that since you are carrying cargo, you may be interdicted. If you're good at evading interdictions, just go ahead and evade the interdiction. Otherwise, if you're not good at evading interdiction, my recommendation is just lower your throttle all the way down, submit to the interdiction, and once you submit to the interdiction, your frameshift drive will be available a lot quicker. And so from there, just just pretty much thrust away as quickly as you can. Keep thrusting away, and once your frameshift drive is available, go ahead and actually jump back to the super cruise and keep heading to the station, and just keep repeating that until you actually reach the station. So, but from there, just go ahead, head to the community goal station, and from there, we're going to hop into the station. And then request contact, request docking. Now, I personally like to do auto docking. So if you do auto docking, what I recommend is while you're in the process of auto docking, go ahead and head over to your galaxy map. And then from there, plot your route back to the other station that you're trading with. And the reason I recommend doing that is you're in the process of auto docking already, so you've got some time to kill, and also you have a full amount of cargo. So while you have a full amount of cargo, you'll just want to set your route back so that way you save a little bit of time when you land. You don't have to sell the stuff and then plot the route back once you buy the stuff. So just kind of do it here, and it saves a little bit of time. Otherwise, just go ahead and land and do it once you've landed and bought your commodities. Just make sure you're setting the route when you have a full set of cargo. Otherwise, your route will be a little. You'll have to reset the route. So we're going to land. Yeah, if you have a smaller ship, it shouldn't matter too much doing auto docking. But with larger ships, it becomes much harder to actually land. So that's why I have a auto dock. And if you are doing the community goal in a smaller ship, chances are you're not going to be able to do a lot of cargo. So my recommendation for smaller ships would be actually make sure. I would actually just recommend not even going for the profit margin. Just try and get as much get the closest station to you as possible, because you're probably not going to make a lot of profit anyways. So the higher in the tier you get by trading, the more profit you're going to get from that. So that'd be my recommendation. But if you are in a very large ship that has a lot of cargo capacity, then I would recommend doing the long range commodity trading. So I'm here at the station, so I'm going to go ahead and sell my commodities. So you can see I'm getting a profit of about 2.5 million. So 2.5 million here, and then about 150,000 when I go back to the other station. So I'm going to go ahead and sell it. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick up my uranite. And I'm just going to quickly check the mission board, see where I'm at. So I'm back in the top 10%. Okay. So if you're in a smaller ship, try and get to the higher tier. I don't know if you're going to hit top 10% or not, but try and pick a closer station if you're in a smaller ship. Don't worry about the profit you make while trading, because you're probably not going to make a lot of profit anyways. So I'd recommend trying to get in these top 25% if you can. Just try and trade as quickly as you can so that you can get higher and higher and higher. If you're in a larger ship like a cutter or anaconda or something, try and get to the top 10%, and you can do it pretty easily because you got a lot of cargo space. So just make I'd recommend making a profit while you actually trade. If you're not concerned with that, then yeah, just do it the same way as a smaller ship. But otherwise, go ahead and see if you can make a little bit of profit while you're doing this. Um, that way you can make I'm going to make an extra 22 million, maybe more if it reaches tier 8 on top of what I'm already making from trading. So, but yeah, once you do that, just go ahead and keep trading. Again, try and hit, if you're in a larger ship, definitely try and see if you can hit top 10%. Smaller ship, if your goal should be hopefully try and get top 25%, if you can, depending on your cargo capacity. So, but hopefully you found this guide helpful, and thanks for watching.